Yo, Melly Man, what's up? From BX to you later, fam. It's your man.
Professor Melly Mail, the Hood Postman. We back with Bounty Hunter BJ, aka Nino Cappuccino, the CEO himself.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Nino, I want to really get into knowing about Ray Boyce, because there's so much about Ray Boyce and even Tivee Clark, right? There are two people that are very synonymous with the power structure of the bounty hunter itself. Yeah, there you go.
That's TC. What? Boy, you don't want... Boy.
That's Tivee Clark.
That's TC all day long, man. My triple OG, man. Rest in peace, man. I just had a phone conversation with him not even 48 hours before before he died. I was on the phone talking to him, and I called him. I was giving him a prank. I hit him up. Say, what's up, homie? I said, say, cuz. Hey, what's all that shit you was talking about, nigga? You got some problem. He trying to hear my voice, right? He go, say, homie, I don't know who you think you talking to, but you calling the wrong number. I said, no, nigga, I ain't calling the wrong number. This Tivee, right? This Tivee Clark, right? DC? That ninja from Bounty Hunters? Triple OG? He say, BJ. I said, oh, I busted up that. I said, how you catch my voice, OG? So we get to laugh. I said, hey, man, I got to get that interview from you, big homie. He said, I got you, man. I just been laying up resting, but I got you. And not even shit, 3 days later, man, I get the phone call. We lost him, you know? So that's what led me, because I was going to get him and LC together, which would have been dynamic. I was going to get him and Miss Loretta Clark together, my big homegirl and her brother together. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to, so I got the sister.
What was Loretta Clark like?
Oh, shit, man. Carbon copy of her brother, man. Lois, all the sisters, all the brothers, all of them, man, all the Clarks. Feel me? And was great, definitely an inspiration to me in the projects growing up and being around my big homies and my big homegirls, because it wasn't nothing but love, man. And they love me, and, you know, they honor me, and I loved and honored them, man. And as far as the big homie, Ray Boyce.
Ray Boyce.
The Godfather, man.
The man himself, the myth, the legend.
The legend, man. The real...
Hands of stone.
Man.
Hand God.
Man.
How did he impact the bounty hunter?
Listen, man, his impact to us was, he was our, the Godfather. He was, if we had brought down to the politics of a structure where let's say we ended up with a committee, but then we had one leader, one person at the head of that committee. So we got the Barker brothers at the round table of this committee. We got Big Hard Rock, rest in peace, at the round table of this committee. You know what I'm saying? TC, you know what I mean? Michael Clark, Michael Ford, rest in peace. You know what I mean? And definitely got to put Terry Moses in there. You know what I mean? We talking about founders is at the round table, but Big Ray is at the head. And this is how our hood was always structured, to where everybody loved and respected Big Mighty Ray Boyce, bro. All of us, from his peers that grew up with him to the second generation, the third generation last of who knew of him but didn't get a chance to experience. See, I was able to grow up in the projects where I go on 111 to go pick Bill and them up, or Lumpy and Nene and them to go play football, and I see the big homie, because he was married to my homegirl. He, you know what I mean? This was right when little Ray Deuce was, you know, conceived and born and everything. So I got a chance to see him and study. A lot of people grew up in the projects and just know of Big Ray. But a lot of us in our generation, first and second, we was able to grow up to see him.
They say he was quite the athlete.
Oh, man, listen, bro. This football, baseball, he did it. Basketball, he did it. Football, man, he could have went all the way in the NFL, man. Again, him, cats like my big homie Big Champ, which Big Champ played for Southwest College. Big Frank, rest in peace, played for college. You know what I mean? So we had some definite athletes coming up out the projects in that time frame, man, in that era, especially coming out the first generation. A lot of my big homies, they play ball, they can ball, man. You know, and Ray Boyce was definitely one of them. He was the cat that if you had a team and you was a team captain and you had the opportunity, the choice to pick somebody on your team, you definitely try to pick him. You know?
how did the Five Line, the Lot Boys, and the Bounty Hunters, and the Block Bounty Hunters, and the Bell Havens, how did that all, was it separate or was it all together, or just those are just names?
Well, they're names, but at the same token, the separation came about after the millennium. During this millennium era, you know, when the baton was dropped in our neighborhood, as well as a lot of the neighborhoods in Los Angeles who are not under structure anymore, the way it used to be, not empowering the way it used to be, the rules and standards that was there, you know, the respect mechanism was there. So none of these things that exist anymore in these neighborhoods. So for us, it was never no separation. And then all this new millennium shit didn't exist. There was Bounty Hunters, Lot Boys. That's it. Bounty Hunters, Lot Boys. It wasn't no others. There wasn't no anything of that outside of that besides our allies that we had developed outside the project, which is 108th Street, Bell Haven, and 10
Block Boys,
You know what I'm saying?
The ones down the street, Haciendas.
Yeah. So, but it wasn't no separation. They was under the umbrella.
Okay.
You feel me? They was just different eras, but it was under the same umbrella of Bounty Hunters. So when we went to the county jail, you claim it Bounty Hunters. You from Hacienda Village, you HVBH.
Okay.
Not Hacienda Village boy. You claim it HVBH.
Right.
You go to jail. You from the block. You Bounty Hunter. You go to jail. Bell Haven, of course. You BHB. You Bell Haven Bounty Hunter. So and it was never no separation. So that's what unified and kept our unity so solid, because we were all together. We was unified, and it was structured and it was protocol. And at the same token, the projects was the umbrella overall. So there was no existence of trying to challenge that. Meaning, 108th Street never challenged the Bounty Hunters. Bell Haven didn't have to challenge the Bounty Hunters. The block didn't have to challenge. There was no challenge because we all was under one structure. We were together. As opposed to today now, you may hear the block having problems with my little homies in the projects. And that shit was unheard of when we grew up. It was never like that because we had so much structure.
I think that cancer has spread it all
over. That's why I say it's all over, man. It ain't just our neighborhood. It's all over. Every hood.
Even if you go to New York, and
everywhere,
Texas,
bro. I don't give a damn what city, what region. It's just that way, man.
Chicago,
yes.
And they under a BDGDs, they still have, they have that same cancer.
Right. And that's just what it is, cancer, man. Like you said, cancer.
Yeah. It has metastasized where it just went everywhere, you know what I mean? And it's unfortunate, man, but that's one of the things I try to home in on, is that the fact that we need to be on code. On code meaning whether you in New York, California, Texas, Illinois, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, or Tennessee, wherever you at, man, black people need to find that one thing, and we already got it. We black,
right?
You know what I mean? Because even when you go to another town, you see a black man, you give him the head, you give him the nod.
Yeah.
I see you, bro. You know what I mean? But for some reason, we just can't close the deal on it, man.
We want to keep being blind to the truth. People see it, they know it's there, but they want to, it's their ignorance. But just not getting too deep on that and getting back into the form of the subject, it's just that we're fighting a spiritual war, and a lot of people don't even understand that, man. They don't really understand. They do not want to swallow that pill that Earth is under spiritual fire. Mm-hmm. We're fighting a straight spiritual war between two powerful beings that is not in the existence of our power. We can't. It ain't got nothing to do with us. It's God and that nigga in the red suit, man. Straight up. And he told him, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna take more soldiers than you. I'm gonna have more followings, and they gonna come with me. So he challenged that, and that's the world we in now.
You know what's interesting about all that? I remember when I was growing up, I used to say I want to be a fireman, policeman, or a lawyer, or a doctor, and just all the things that, engineer, all the things that we saw that came with a great life, right?
Right.
I don't remember saying that when I grew up, I want to be a Crip. I mean, what was yours? Did you grow up saying you going to be a bounty hunter?
When I entered them projects in '69, it was based on force, not by choice. My daddy and my mom ended up there by force because my daddy ended up bellying up and went bankrupt on the property he had invested in, and then he spent another $30,000-$40,000 in some partnership to buy a diesel company with a partner, and his partner ended up stealing and ran off with money, and so the company ended up bellying up. So we ended up in the Nixon Garden. But we descended from Kansas City, Missouri, with a dream. My daddy came from Missouri with a dream. You know, that I'm finna go to California and build this life for my family and for my sons and my daughters, you know, and so we came with a dream. We didn't come with the substance of, oh, we going to the projects. We left out some projects. We lived in Wayne Minor projects, some of the biggest, tallest, biggest high-rising projects in Kansas City, Missouri before they got dynamite and blew down. I lived on the 23rd floor, man. I used to see tornadoes at 9 and 10 years old, bro.
That's
high in the sky.
I've been back there, man. That land back there is so flat, you can't help but run a tornado.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So, man. It's
amazing, man. Well, I don't want to go too far off that. Want to lock the door right here. Once again, I'm right here with Bonnie Hunter BJ, a.k.a. Cappuccino, man. We getting it in. Professor Melly Mel and the Hood Postman and Cappuccino, we are getting it in.
You already know, WATTS, man. Watts in the building.
For grind all the time, baby.
Yeah. Cali Finest, baby. Proof of grind all the time. Music money. Got a dollar sign. Hub City. I'm a street nigga. Streets fuck with me. I'ma keep pushing products to the feds get me. It's guap off top. Diamond Cartier. That nigga wall won't give a broke bitch the time of day. They see me climbing. They see me shining. That's hard work. Proof of grinding. New money got me tipping in that 550. Ali, bad man, and I'm so pretty. I got that tech with me. That's my hater sprayer. Go big, grind now, nigga, play later. What can